Warning: this video contains spoilers for A Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, A Nightwing Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, A Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, updated and edited by Starflight of the Nightwings, and basically a lot of the Wings of Fire series. If you haven't yet read these installments and don't want spoilers for them, please consider leaving the video now. Hi everyone! Welcome to the 4th episode of A Fanwing Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia, a series that goes over all 11 Pyrrhian and Pantalan dragon tribes in extra detail using the books and plots to create an accurate guide to much about the tribes. This episode is about Skywings, which are basically the most generic dragon tribe, but that doesn't really make them uninteresting, as you'll see. Physical description. Skywings have been described to be taller, though not exactly bigger, than other tribes. They have red, orange, copper, or goldish scales, with long black horns and a pair of enormous wings to help them in flight, which they were the best at least in the open air, apart from Darkstalker's empowered Nightwing Scouts, but then again, those don't really count since they were using Animus-touched objects and weren't nearly that fast without them. This tribe also tended to have longer, thinner snouts, and some of them, especially fire scales dragons, had eyes in odd shades of blue. Abilities. Though not exactly an ability, Skywings excelled in open-air flight due to their massive wingspan and were also very powerful fighters. Not to mention they had increased endurance over other tribes, which helped with both of these. In the air, they also had a distinct advantage, as shown in multiple scenes where it took more than one Dragonette of Destiny to defeat a single Skywing soldier. However, these soldiers would have had far more experience, training, and would have been stronger than Dragonettes overall, so it isn't exactly a perfect comparison. Skywings, like the other 3 tribes I've done so far in this series, also had Fire Breath, which was a very powerful weapon. They could use it regardless of the conditions they were in, as long as those conditions were survivable to them. Other information. Some Skywings were born with a very rare and very dangerous condition called fire scales. Scarlet claims that this happens only with twins, when one Dragonette sucks the fire out of the other in the egg, giving them too much fire. But I'm not sure I'm completely sold on this, because Scarlet has lied a lot before, and she's a very big liar. Anyway, dragons with this condition have it for life, and it causes them to burn or melt most substances they come into contact with their scales. Also, I'm not sure, but I've heard some people saying that their fire is blue, and this isn't canonical, but I think it would be pretty cool too. But one downside to fire scales is that it's pretty much useless when it's in water, and this fact about fire scales leads us to fact number 2. The Skywings killed all Animus, fire scales, or other dragons with abilities they deemed to be too dangerous or unnatural for them to be left alive. They thought that these dangerous differences were a danger to the rest of the dragons in the tribe, so they didn't tolerate it. As you can imagine, other dragons didn't exactly agree with these ideas. The Skywings used dragonflame cacti as bombs during wartime, and these were used to destroy the Seawing Summer Palace in Book 2. The Sky Kingdom had the town of Possibility in it, where dragons from the Sandwing, Skywing, and Mudwing tribes lived in relative harmony away from the War of Sandwing Succession. This town was also featured in the 2nd arc, and as you can see, it's kind of similar to the Scorpion Den. Skywings are also called the Friendly Tribe by Fathom in Darkstalker, but he might have just been using sarcasm. However, 2,000 years later, it's said that half of all Skywings are big, red, and grumpy-looking, and the other half are big, orange, and grumpy-looking. Also, it is unknown if Skywings really do families. Though Scarlet had a wedding, like the Rainwings, royal families may be an exception to this rule. Home. The Skywings lived in the Sky Kingdom, which was second in size only to the Kingdom of Sand. It had many mountains in it, including the famed Claws of the Clouds mountain range. It also once held Agate Mountain, which was the tallest mountain on Pyrrhia until it collapsed, which made Jade Mountain, which was neither in the claws of the clouds or the Sky Kingdom, into the tallest mountain on Pyrrhia. To fit the violent and brutal nature of some of their queens, the Skywings also had a battle arena for prisoners of war and other dragons they didn't like, as well as criminals. It was also the site of at least one royal challenge. Special dragons. Royalty: Queen Carmine, Princess Sunset, Ex-Queen Scarlet, Queen Ruby, Princess Tourmaline, Prince Cliff, Prince Vermilion, Prince Hawk, and many other unnamed members. Fire Scales dragons: Peril and at least one other. And there isn't really a name for the counterpart to Fire Scales, so I'm just going to call it Fireless dragons, is Sky or Ember. Thank you for watching this episode of a Fanwing Guide to the Dragons of Pyrrhia. The next episode will be about Seawings, my personal favorite tribe, so remember to watch the skies for that one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave a like if you did, comment with any questions or comments you have, and subscribe for more Wings of Fire content. I'll see you in the next video.